Hi everyone, welcome to Guiding Voice podcast series, the guiding voice for a better future. This podcast is to help students and young professionals to shape their careers. Thank you for tuning in. This is Naveen and I'm with my co-host Sudhakar. Dear listeners, in this episode, we wanted to cover the topic technologies, products and platforms. And we are pleased to welcome Sam J to our show today to have a conversation around the same.
Sam J is an educator and consultant with more than 2 decades of IT industry experience. In these 2 decades, Sam has worked on various diversified projects and engaged on different varieties of initiatives. As part of his passion, Sam also mentored thousands of IT professionals. Sam specializes in leading products like MuleSoft, TIBCO, and Salesforce.
He owns a vibrant learning platform called MyV University. You can visit www.myvuniversity.com, which has more than 5,000 professionals undergoing his mentoring programs. That's huge. When we talked to Sam, he defined himself as a teacher by heart and an entrepreneur by brain. Very interesting.
Sam J is popular with this name in his virtual learning world, but his real name is Sanjay Joshi. Of course, we will talk about this as well with him today. Sam, welcome again to the Guiding Voice podcast series. Happy to have you on our show.
Hey, hi Sudhakar and Naveen, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Thanks for having me here. It's my privilege to talk on the Guiding Voice podcast. I'm regular listener of your podcast actually. You guys are doing fabulous job.
Thank you, Sam. That really encourages us. Hey Sam, let us address the elephant in the room. We are curious to know about the history behind these 2 names of you.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, and I say that that's a short story happened long time ago with me. What happened is I was conducting the training for US folks and I told them that my name is Sanjay and somehow they heard it as Sam J and used to call me all the time Sam J. I also loved it. That means Sam J quite shorter than Sanjay, So I loved it and from that day everybody in the virtual learning world knew me with this name only.
That's really an amazing story, Sam. Looks like this new name helped you more like Lady Luck.
Yeah.
So, Sam, what are you going to share with us today about these technologies, platforms, and products?
Yeah, Sudhakar. I will be talking about the topic which is very close to my heart. A lot of freshers and experienced professionals, they used to ask me which technology is suitable for me, which platform, which product I should get into, or in IT field, how I can build my career. So whether I should go for .NET, whether I should go for Java or any other trending technology. Actually speaking, there are 2 broad level choices are there for all IT professionals. Whenever they come to IT field and build their career, one option is they can go for technology and another option is they can go for products and platforms. So today exactly this I will be talking about. Products, platforms versus technologies.
All right, Sam, that seems to be very fascinating.
Yep.
Let us start with the basics of these technologies, product, platforms. So what is this all about?
Yeah, Naveen, whenever I say technology, it is quite core of the IT industry. Whenever IT industry started, it started with like programming languages and the journey of technology actually started from that point. So whenever I say technology, it contains trending technology or programming languages also I'm considering as part of that. C, C++, Java, Python, or maybe Java related frameworks like Spring, Hibernate, and Struts, and many frameworks are there, .NET, and other core technologies. So this whole bunch of stuff, which is quite comprehensive, that is, I mean by technologies. And on other hand, product means applications which are built using these technologies. So whenever I say products, there may be different products like MuleSoft, TIBCO, Salesforce are nothing but Java based product. Similarly, there are many .NET based products are also there. Platforms are also built using core technologies, and they are used to build products and solutions. So that's the difference between technologies and products, and that's what we will be talking about today.
Excellent, Sam. That's a great introduction to technologies, product, platform, and how they are little different to each other.
Right.
You did mention that there are some professionals that reach out to you about their career choices. And with your past experience of dealing with thousands of these professionals, what exactly do you suggest them and what is the criteria that you go with? Can you please share some light on that?
Yeah. Frankly, whenever somebody asks me that question, I look at the candidate, and depending on their type, so there are two types of candidates, so depending on their type, I suggest technology or product. As I said, these are two broad choices, so I give them one of the choice. In simple terms, there are candidates who are real techies. They are technology oriented. They love and enjoy the programming, and they are like passionate about that. If you look at these people who loves programming and coding a lot, for such people technology is a good choice. So I suggest them technology. But for others who are used in numbers, so even if they are core IT professionals, even after doing computer degree, IT degree, and so many other technical degrees, they do not like programming much. This is surprising fact of the industry, but that is fact. And that's perfectly all right, that even if you have done computers degree, not necessary that you love programming and coding. Okay, so nowadays you can be software developer without doing much coding also, and that way is nothing but products and platforms. That's how it is.
Sam, looking at your career and this brief interactive session, you look more inclined towards the product and platform compared to the technologies. Is that true, and why is it?
Yeah, Sudhakar, you caught me right, So that's absolutely right. So whenever I talk about products and technologies, so that passion gets reflected automatically. In fact, whenever I started my career, I started like a normal IT professional, 20 years back. I started like Java professional. Today also, I love to sit down and writing big programs in C language, Java language and all. But frankly speaking, industry got changed a lot. Many things got changed, There is a term in the IT industry, T2M. Have you heard about it? T2M? Sudhakar, Naveen?
Yeah, time to market?
Yeah. Correct, exactly. So time to market, that means you got the requirement from the customer and you implement that and you deliver it to the customer, and that goes to the market. So this time got reduced drastically. And nowadays customer became so much demanding, they wanted less and less and less time to market, T2M. So in this situation, going for products and platforms is quite beneficial. That may be the reason I'm inclined more towards them as compared to technologies, Sudhakar.
I think you have done a lot of research and it makes absolute sense in the way you have finalized your path. So is it that working in products and platforms will be easy as compared to core technologies?
Naveen, I think you ask about whether it is easy to get into products and platforms, right? That's what you ask about.
Yep, that's right.
Perfect. So it's not like that whenever somebody is working in products and platform, it's not like easy as compared to technologies. Rather, both are different portfolios. And it's up to you, it's up to IT professional that which one you find more easy. There are people who are programming passionate, they find technology easy. There are people who don't have passion for programming, they find products easy. So it's up to you. Even products and platforms developer, they have to apply lot of skills on the ground. It is true that they have to do configurations and not much coding. However, they do have quite challenging and high paid profiles also in the IT industry. Yeah, that's how it is, Naveen.
Yeah, I think configuration part is little bit challenging on par with how we incorporate this programming logic.
Absolutely.
So, Sam, I have another question, which I'm sure our audience will also be curious about. Any specific reason that you advocate products and platforms over technologies?
Right, that's a very good question. I have a simple logic. It's not very rocket science. If I learn something, it should be long lasting. If I learn some technology, for example, what happened if I learn any technology, trust me, Naveen, I have to upgrade myself every 6 months. Otherwise, I will be obsolete and totally outdated. That happens in the technology. But that is not the case with products and platforms. Now, people may have different views about that. This is my own experience. I'm telling that if I learn certain product, for example, I give you example of TIBCO, Salesforce, MuleSoft, my skill set. So I learned TIBCO BW5 12 years back. And still I see that a lot of people are there. They are still surviving on the same version, which is TIBCO BusinessWorks 5, which is pretty old version. People call that as the outdated version, but companies are using that and people are surviving on that. That is the beauty of products and platforms. Same is the case for Salesforce and MuleSoft. So Salesforce is in the market like more than 20 years and still there is a craze of Salesforce and demand in the market. Same thing with SAP, Oracle, and products from other vendors as well. So that's the truth, that you have to keep upgrading all the time whenever you are in technologies, but that is not the case with products and platforms. Naveen.
Excellent, Sam. Long-term thinking, which we need to keep in mind, and relevance of products and platform, which is more long-lasting compared to a specific technology. Great points there.
Correct.
Sam, on the different note, I heard that you run transformation programs for non-IT people to join the IT industry. What are those? And are they also somewhat related to linking their aspiration and orientation towards the platforms and products?
Yeah. Hey, Sudhakar, thanks for bringing this up on the table, because I love a lot to talk about this. Non-computer science people, I love them, I tell you the reason behind that. All the time we talk about IT engineers to come to IT field. That's the routine, that's normal thing. That IT people, they are joining IT industry. But we forget that non-IT people are experts in their own domain. Somebody is good in mechanical, somebody good in accounts, somebody good in electronics, and somebody may be good in something else. Non-computer, non-IT means what? They are expert in some other field other than IT, isn't it? Right? So, Sudhakar, you and Naveen, you might be holding some expertise in something which is non-IT, any field, physics or chemistry, mathematics, whatever. Now, what is the beauty in this? The beauty is they do have solid domain knowledge. And IT companies, some or other project will be in certain domain. So they might have project in, let's say, related to electronics. They might have some customer which is related to accountancy and commerce. Some customer may be related to mechanical stuff, So they all the time require this domain knowledge. So what I'm doing in this transformation program, they are really transformation. I take IT people and make them strong in IT basics. So they already have the domain knowledge strong in their area. I make their IT basics strong and put them in the leading product mentoring programs like MuleSoft, TIPCO, and Salesforce. So that's how I call it as transformation program from non-IT people to IT people. And that works pretty well.
Sam, your passion talks about it, how curious you are in terms of evangelizing this technology to non-technology and all. I think this is much appreciated.
You're right, Naveen. Absolutely.
So I'm really curious, since I closely follow what you are up to and you work on so many different initiatives. I think you started training folks from Africa recently. So how is your experience in training global people and especially people from Africa and other regions?
Oh my God, I think you are following me on my social media. I used to post a lot about this. So you brought that. It is surprising question for me and I'm loving it. Naveen, thanks for that. So this Africa, why not India? People ask me like, why not India? Many Indian people require free education, There is a difference and there is a story behind that.
Mm-hmm.
So these training sessions, whatever I'm doing for Africa, that is free of cost, I'm doing for them. That's very close to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Emotions are involved in that work, So I'm doing it as a part of CSR only, corporate social responsibility, my own corporate, and against that CSR, I do that. While I was working, before starting my own work and everything, I was working with multiple IT companies. And while doing that work, I got a chance to observe African people very closely. Fortunately, I conducted many training batches for them. I trained people from Nigeria, Uganda, Liberia, these are all countries in Africa. So I've seen these people, I closely observe them. I seen them like they are very hardworking people, very sincere and very decent people. Somehow they don't get sufficient resources and sufficient opportunities. They deserve a lot, but they don't get that. In their countries, they don't have resources and all. I heard in one of the program, one person from Liberia told me that they just purchased like 1 GB of data, and that cost them, if that is the validity is 7 days only, and that cost them like $4, $5. Okay, and whenever I'm conducting a training from here, I'm understanding their challenges, these challenges, which are not there in India. Maybe we were like them like 40 years back maybe, but now we don't have that challenges. These people, they do have so many challenges. Still they are very sincere and they want to grow. So somehow I'm doing that. So for that, currently credit goes to LinkedIn only. So on LinkedIn, I could get chance to connect to one of the person. Wasija is the name of the person, and he represents New Generation Africa Initiative. And the objective of this initiative is to provide quality education to Africa youth, especially youngsters from Liberia. In Africa also, there are different countries and they do have a lot of differences in that. So in Nigeria, I don't see much problem on internet and bandwidth and other thing. On Liberia side, I see a lot of problems. So they are like 360-degree differences in same countries in Africa, different countries in Africa, same continent. So I'm working with, there is one organization called as SINA, S-I-N-A, Social Innovation Academy. And they and this New Generation Africa, they are associated with each other. And they are working in education, works for education in South Africa. So I'm associated with them. And here also, that means happy to say, here also I am running transformation program. Once in a week, twice in a week, I connect with them, conduct programming lectures for them. I took handful of people from Liberia, and I'm committed to transform them from non-IT people to Java professionals by October end. My promise to you. So they will be Java professional by October end. So that's what is the whole lot of Africa work.
Sam, that is so great work that you are doing, and your passion shows in the explanation that you gave. As part of releasing this episode, we will publish the SINA Social Innovation Academy details also along with this episode, and interested audience can definitely partner and be choosing the option to volunteer. So that is something that we will do right along with this.
That's a great help and so nice of you, Naveen and Sudhakar. That will be really great help for me.
Yeah, we are sure that this conversation will reach Africa also now, and we are very happy for that.
Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your valuable time and amazing thoughts, Sam. And we really appreciate the great work that you are doing as part of your corporate social responsibility as well. It was indeed a great conversation on today's topic about technologies, product, and platforms.
Thank you so much, Naveen and Sudhakar, for this opportunity. It's been great honor to be here in front of your audience. Thanks a lot to you.
Hey, thank you, Sam. And I got to know other angles of you, and it is a really privilege to have you on our show. And we would be happy, as Sudhakar mentioned, if this is going to reach African folks, and we would be happy to have any curated episodes for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure to do that.
Dear listeners, to know more about our speaker and the content, visit or follow us on social media or feel free to email us, and we will be happy to share further details with you.
All right. So it brings us to the trivia segment of today's episode. So folks, in the last few episodes, we have been talking a lot about data. Data being the new currency, data being the new oil, or new air, or new oxygen, or new gold, so on and so forth. So today, we came up with trivia about data. We all know that 1 GB, that is 1 gigabyte, is the same as 1024 MB. But did you know that 1 PB, which stands for petabyte, is equivalent to 1024 TB, which is 1024 terabytes. You know, that is very, very huge. To give an example of how big this is, a 1 petabyte hard drive could hold about 13.3 years of HDTV video. And you know, one 50 petabyte hard drive could hold the entire written works of mankind from the beginning of recorded history in all languages across the globe. That's quite massive, isn't it? If you'd like to share any trivias, please feel free to share them through email, and our email address is theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com, or SMS us or text us at India number 9494587187. We will not only share best trivias in future episodes, we will also announce your names. Again, we are open for suggestions on topics that you would like to hear from us through our email address. Our email address is theguidingvoice4u@gmail.com. You may also WhatsApp us on our India number 9494587187. Like our page on Facebook, facebook.com/theguidingvoice4u, or follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/guidingvoice. To stay tuned about our future episodes. We are also available on Instagram as The Guiding Voice for You. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/The Guiding Voice. There is more in store. Until next time, have a wonderful time. Thank you for listening. Take care and be safe.